Alright, we got the mic back. So hopefully it sounds a little better. It's gonna be 10:12 already. I went to bed probably at like 12:20, something around there. I was so tired and I slept all night and I was so tired. So we're just gonna have to move a couple things around so we can get some so we can fill in the time that we didn't get, and so that comes with coding. So we're gonna make sure that I move this coding block to at least back down here, and we'll just have a long coding block right down there. But yeah, we're probably gonna get started with piano first. Yesterday we only had, what is this? We didn't do trading, and we probably only had like 3 hours of deep work. So for sure need to bump those numbers up. I know it was my first day back after a long vacation, but can't be having that. Gotta step it up. Nothing's gonna get done if I don't have that done. So for sure gotta get this at least to, I don't know what the total deep work idea is, but for sure these numbers are terrible. And I know I'm already starting off on a bad stretch, but we're good, because I just gotta stay disciplined and actually knock that out at another time, or at the end of the time. But we'll probably get into piano first because it's so close. Maybe I'll open up coding and see what the plan is for today, but yeah, so that's gonna be the plan. First we're gonna get into piano. We're gonna be learning the ukulele part, although I already know the ukulele part, so we might just be trying to practice that for a little bit. Then we'll practice piano part a little bit, and then we can actually try to put it together. So I'm gonna try that out, and yeah. Alright, so we're learning the ukulele part of the piano song I played yesterday. And so I basically already got it all done. And all I need to do now is kind of put it together, get the rhythm down with the ukulele. And once I have the rhythm down with the ukulele, it's easier to do the piano part according to where it's at in the ukulele. So for sure, tomorrow probably, I'll record the ukulele first. And then once I get the ukulele part down first, then I'll be able to do the piano part behind it and then put them together. But I'll do the ukulele part individual by itself. I think the song's pretty clear now. But I've been practicing this whole time, so we'll see how good it is. I messed up there, but you get the gist. I think that's only so many times through. Like if I really wanted to, I could play it once again and then just loop it. But I'm gonna play the whole thing through, and then I'll probably put like the other video up at the same time with both audio, so it's going together. And I'll try to record it pretty good. That's the main thing, is that getting the sound quality down and over anything. But here, we'll try it a little bit more. Because the strum pattern is down, down, up, up, down, up. Or it's really down, down, up, down, up. So it's down, down, up, down, up. But I'm playing it like down, down, up, down, up. But I guess it goes smooth either way, but then yeah. Still a little bit more practicing. Ukulele is a little harder for me now because I haven't played in so long. And honestly, I didn't know too many songs on here. Yeah, no. I still don't know too many songs on this thing. I got this way back when, but I heard this song and I was like, well, I can do both. So I'm trying to learn it, but it is a little difficult. But honestly, by the end of this week, for sure, we'll have all of it done. No question about that. So for today's coding practice, hopefully this looks good. I can't really see. All right, let's zoom it in. Push you up a little bit. Focus. All right. And so today we went over dictionaries. This is the keynotes right here. So we got dictionaries are defined with the braces. Dictionaries are made up of key and values related to a dictionary, word, and the definition. And so the key would be the word, the value would be the definition. And so then this is just an example of the dictionary name equals embraces key value, key value, key value, key value. To access, use print, to access a value. So to access a value, you use, we don't have it up here, but it would just be simply print is it focus? I mean, I know you looks not be seen. Alright. Just take my word for it. It's gonna be print, and then for this case it's gonna be movies, because that's what we're putting, and then it's gonna be the key. So you put it in brackets and you put the key name. So we want to get the value of, let's say, Dino Pino. Or we can do ascent. So we'll move this under to when we added ascent. Whoops. Alright. That over on. So then we also have how to add a pair. So we add ascent seeker right here. So it's just movies, and then you give it its value. So you put in braces. So you give it the dictionary name, the value, or the key, and then you give it the value. And then this is how you change a value, is that you give it the dictionary name, you give it the key, and then you just change the value here. And you see how Dino Pino is 3, which is a float. I made it here into a string. And so I was just testing that out. So yeah, that's another thing. And then, and yeah, so that's how you do that. And then to iterate it, use for MR, just kind of how we used in the previous one. But this was just a whole lot of, this is basically everything I try to learn, but this is me learning it step by step. So that's kind of like end goal. This is like step by step. But how we use for, MR, and movies, you can just use it to add the value. So for MR in movies items, so this separates R to an integer or to its own item. It could be a string, integer, whatever, and M to string, integer, whatever. In this case, string. And print in its own format. So it's print, F is for function, which is in the braces, which is M and R. And so print the key dash rating, and then the rating 1 out of 10, which is the value. And so this just gives it a format to paste. So we should see print movies ascent, so we should see seeker, and then we should see all of these movies, including ascent and the rest of these with their values. And then Dino Pino is not going to be 3, it's going to be Talk to a. And so we just go, make sure that's Control S. Alright. And then just like that. Right here. I don't know how easy it is to see. I could be talking this whole time. You can't see anything because I'm talking now. It says seeker, which is the value of the key that I put in to ask for the value. And then it says the whole thing with Talk to a 1 out of 10, and then ascent, rating, seeker, and then it has everything else. And so yeah, that's dictionaries, what we learned today. Literally spent like 30 minutes on this, pretty quick. I was playing video games, so that kind of impeded for today, but I did get everything else I need to get it done, and so I felt comfortable with slacking a little bit. But obviously I want to get through a whole day of not slacking. I want to get through a whole work day, which I almost had. And you know, day's not over if I want to, but at the time that I'm about to go to sleep, it's not going to work. So I still got to take a shower and cook dinner. But yeah, this is the steps we went over. Right here. Okay, maybe not this far up. Where is it? I guess up here. Yeah, so this was explore dictionaries. And so now we are on to, so this was the dictionary and story movie. So this was creating and printing out the dictionary and its value, what I kind of showed. This is the add and update. And then this is to iterate over with that sequence. And so tomorrow, when I'm actually focusing and actually doing something, I'll exercise and write a program that allows users to add movies and ratings, like your loop, and then add input validation 0 to 10 to handle invalid reentries. So try it, accept, and then print all movies sorted alphabetically or by rating. And so this one's going to be the hardest one. This one's going to be the second hardest one. And this one's going to be the easiest. So it's really based on easiest to hardest. Because I don't know how to do this bottom one. I partially know how to do this middle one. And I can easily create something for this. So that's going to be tomorrow's goal. And it's about 9:30 at night. So wrapping up everything. We got trading done. Obviously, there's really nothing showing trading. We got videography done. That's just editing and me editing photos too. So that's not really anything to show at the end. I mean, tomorrow when I finish the project, I can show everything. But today we had like a 30-minute vlog, which was awesome, that I posted, which went over every little thing that I do during the day, which was awesome. And then reading. We had reading, but nothing I really wanted to share about reading, so I just held that to myself. But we did get to piano, which I'm always showing the ukulele and music part, because that's the easiest to show and scale and, easily representable. And of course, my coding. But I think the only thing I didn't do really today was do all of coding and work out, of course. But that's coming soon, one step at a time. But yeah, we had some sports bets today. We picked off one. I'll show you the slip. I'll show you all the slips. Skirt. Let me turn the camera. Crazy hair. But it's the slave hair. Come on now. Mega hair. It looks better if I do it though too. Alright. And so we got the slips for today. So we had the Camilla Cardoso. And so that one hit. But she was, hopefully this can be seen easily. Alright. Her under was 19.5. And by the time, it was a live bet. And at the time of the bet, she was at 6. Yeah, she was at 6 for the first quarter. And so the way I made this bet was on the optimizer. And yeah, then the rest were, of course, they're on. But let's see if I can see this. Because I tried to place her down again, but it didn't work. That one's under 20. Camilla. Alright, right here. And so, let's try to make sure we can see everything now. Alright, so Camilla Cardoso. Live game. Points under 19.5. 64%. So anything over 56% I'm taking. But my rule is that I'm only allowed to have 2 data points. I have to have 3 data points and above. But this one, in this certain case, this was 2 data points. And you can see that Pinnacle had the under favored at 15.5. And Pinnacle is the most accurate sports book in it. So when you get Pinnacle showing that, you're taking that because that's straight value. And so that's 19.5 was FanDuel had her line out for the live bet of the under, which is the same as Price Picks. But Pinnacle knew 15.5 was under. And I think she was at 16 at the end of the game. Yeah, so, I mean, sharp book. And so you can see how that skewed it and turned it into such a favorable prop, which ultimately led me to pick that prop. And let's go check out these other ones. Because even in... I took a couple other screenshots because that Camilla one was so good. And Pinnacle, you don't see a lot of Pinnacle on there always. Because, like, even if I look right now on the optimizer, you don't got a lot of Pinnacle bets. And if you have a Pinnacle bet, then it's actually worth taking. So because it's just the best sports book. And so that's something I'm putting into action and kind of learning. And so that's why I took a bunch of screenshots of these too. Because we have down here, we had Tina Charles. Tina Charles points over 15.5. And we had the pinnacle rating. Alright, we had Tina Charles, 15.5 over. And we had Pinnacle. Pinnacle had it for 15.5 for the over, favored at negative 132. And FanDuel had it at 17.5 over, negative 108. And so compared to that line, that obviously you see Pinnacle's once again ahead of the curve on bumping that line up before the other book could bump the line over. Wait. Never mind. Pinnacle had it at 15 over, so PrizePicks had it at 15 over. FanDuel's the one that had it. It's escalated. So that's not confluence for what I was just saying. I completely had that wrong. But let's go see if Tina Charles hit over. So Tina Charles had 19, and that was 15.5. So, okay. It's still valid because that's such a negative 132. But, yeah, that FanDuel for sure pushed the price up. So, we're not going to take that one as picking and choosing. That was just another prop. Obviously, everything else needs more data into it in the way of understanding. But, like, right here, we had Angel Reese points under 17.5. And we had Pinnacle at 15.5. Negative 117. So let's go Angel Reese. Angel Reese ultimately hit 18 over. So we had Canelo Cardoso under on that one, Million Marbury. And this was another one where FanDuel had it at, so for Marina Mabry, she had over on 15.5 on Pinnacle, and on FanDuel 13.5 over, which PrizePicks had it on 13.5 over. And this is for Connecticut Sun, so we'll go check hers out. Marbury, she had 0 points. So she didn't even get close to anything. She was 0 for 8, 0 for 4. 0 for 8 at field goals, basically. 0 for 4 on three-pointers. So I'm not saying that she would hit. But I guess it's good data to go over. Let's see if we have any more. Angel Reese under 18.5. We have Pinnacle under 15.5 still. I think Angel Reese still hit. She got 19, right? Oh, no. But she missed 18.5 under. Ariel Atkins. All right, we have Chicago Sky points over 10.5. Pinnacle has her at 14.5 over plus negative 14. And FanDuel had her at 10 over half, negative 144. And so this is in Chicago. What is this? Chicago Sky? Are we in Chicago? Yeah, Chicago Sky Atkins. All right. 6. She missed on that. She only had 6.5. So we can chalk it up to luck. I'm gonna take that into consideration. But for sure, mine's the only one that actually hit. So we will see how those further stats. Every time there's a WNBA game, every time there's Pinnacle stats up there, I'm gonna be checking them. I guess my confluence is all negative because I watched it, but just by the blessing, I take the 3. No, I took the 2 confluence on that one, but it just made sense to take. And I mean, she could have hit for sure, but it's actually something that we got to look into, something I got to wait. So I might stay away from making that decision again. Let's call that lucky money because that's not following my strats at all. That's just taking it on heart. But if I retest that, backtest that, and understand it on a better level, then I'll be able to implement that into my strategy and understand the value of those picks. But yeah, that's the sports betting review. We got a couple open slips tomorrow. We took the PrizePicks free square. We just, everything's guaranteed money. We just go for the guaranteed money. So that was the play. It's just Saquon as low as points I could have got, and this is just a 2x. It's just a simple 2x. Trying to take that guaranteed money with the free prop, with the Dak Prescott prop. We have one bet that missed. We had the taco miss, which I still need to backtest the tacos too. Not necessarily saying the tacos aren't valid because you're for sure getting valid EV for that. I just got to see what EV I'm actually getting because I take everything over 56, and I just want to gauge how much that actually is in that percentage way. And then we had one of the tacos hit and we had to push, so we got the game going on Friday for that one. We have the open sweat right now going on, and that one's on Sunday or Thursday and Sunday. And then we have Friday game open sweat going on. So I've been getting some picks in. It's not as volatile as like basketball season, but for sure I'm at least getting some plays down. I mean, I gotta rack up a lot of plays, so to actually like start seeing like profit. Obviously, there's short-term profit, but to see genuine profit, you gotta rack up a lot of plays and to actually understand it. So yeah, that's the deal. We'll get on to tomorrow. We might do a little bit of sports betting preparation tomorrow too. I'm trying to fit it back in because right now I added day trading in, and so sports betting took a step out for now. But I have open slots within my schedule that I can start filling in sports betting into. So for sure, starting to implement that might be better again because I do want to start using actual sports book that I have availability here in Arizona too. So that's gonna be the next step. And then kind of like implementing like these things I stated today, like I'm saying with Pinnacle, and then and yeah, really Pinnacle and the tacos. Pinnacle and tacos, I want to really implement that into a better understanding on the strategy. And so just having all of that will make me as sharp as I can to extract all the money I can. And then going into sports books too. Take all that money out of there too. But it was a good day. Got a lot of shit done. And we back at the grind tomorrow.